Today we're diving deep into the most spine-chilling discoveries that virtual explorers have found using nothing more than Google Earth. From towering alien figures in Antarctica, to ancient sea monsters lurking in Scottish lochs, to two 50-foot robots that appear to change positions over multiple years of satellite images. Let's dive into. In June 2019, the YouTube channel Hidden Underbelly 2.0 drew attention to a Google Street View capture taken beneath a small bridge in Ithaca, New York. Our 42 Chrome 2635.24, Thumbi, 76 Tree 3049, when a face-like form with large bulbous eyes appeared in the shadows. The image quickly circulated through UFO and paranormal forums, with some claiming it showed an alien lurking under the bridge. However, no evidence supports the idea that the figure is anything more than a visual illusion. Viewers examining the location noted that the face aligns closely with structural elements of the bridge, such as riveted metal beams and uneven shadows, while others suggested it could simply be graffiti or a discarded mask. The effect is consistent with pareidolia, the tendency to perceive familiar shapes like faces in ambiguous patterns. No follow-up images, eyewitness accounts, or on-site photos have revealed anything unusual at the location, and the Google Street View footage remains the only source of the supposed anomaly. Have you tried searching for these coordinates on Google Earth? Let us know if you find images like what we found. In January 2020, UFO blogger Scott C. Waring claimed he had discovered a 66-foot humanoid figure on a mountainside in Antarctica, using Google Earth, describing it as an alien being standing upright in the snow. The supposed figure appears only in one low-resolution satellite frame, and its shape aligns with common geological features found in Antarctica, such as dark rocks protruding through melting snow or shadowed crevices. Critics noted that Waring is known for interpreting satellite artifacts as extraterrestrial evidence, and that this case fits the psychological phenomenon of pareidolia, the tendency to perceive familiar shapes like faces or bodies in random patterns. No scientific institution, Antarctic research team, or higher resolution imaging has ever supported the idea that the object is biological, and available evidence strongly indicates it is simply a combination of rocks, shadow, and low-detail imagery rather than a giant alien figure. And if Antarctica hides giants in the snow, what happens when a ghostly figure shows up in one of the most radioactive places on Earth? Next. In February 2021, a TikTok user known as @hidden.on.google.earth shared a Google Street View-style 360-degree image taken inside the abandoned post office in Pripyat, Ukraine, which appeared to show a robed, hooded Grim Reaper figure standing near a window. The eerie setting, scattered letters on the floor, and a fading mural on the wall helped the image go viral, with some viewers suggesting the figure was a ghost or an apparition tied to the Chernobyl disaster. However, closer inspection revealed that the cloaked figure was simply a man with his face blurred by Google's automatic privacy filters, creating the illusion of a hooded, faceless form. When zoomed out further, another person becomes visible in the frame, showing that this was not a mysterious entity, but part of an ordinary 360-degree photo shoot. The specific panorama was created by Alexander Sirota, chairman of the Public Council at the State Agency of Ukraine for Exclusion Zone Management, who used a handheld remote to trigger his 360 camera, explaining the pose that TikTok users mistook for a spectral visitor. Next, let's see what the world's most secretive military bases might be hiding. In 2020, UFO blogger Scott C. Waring claimed that Google Earth's historical imagery of Area 51 showed at least two enormous robots, each about 50 feet long, appearing to change position between satellite captures from 2006, 2009, and 20. Waring interpreted the dark, elongated shapes, sometimes oriented differently across years, as alien technology acquired by the U.S. However, satellite imagery analysts and skeptical observers pointed out that the shapes align more closely with shadows, rooftop outlines, or ground equipment rather than mechanical beings. Differences between images likely result from normal changes in construction layouts, shifting shadows, and Google Earth's use of multiple satellite passes with varying angles and contrast. No independent evidence supports the presence of giant robots at Area 51, and mainstream coverage treats the claim as speculative, noting Waring's long history of interpreting ordinary satellite features as extraterrestrial artifacts rather than confirmed anomalies. In 2014, an unusual shape captured on Apple Maps over Loch Ness sparked attention when members of a Loch Ness enthusiast group suggested it might depict the legendary monster, claiming the shadowy form resembled a large creature with possible flippers. However, skepticism quickly followed. Marine biologist Andrew David Thaler and other imagery analysts explained that the shape was almost certainly the result of a common satellite image stitching error in which overlapping photos taken seconds apart can cause a moving boat to disappear while leaving only its wake behind. Independent reviews supported this interpretation, noting that the image aligns with known boat wake artifacts and does not appear in other mapping platforms. As a result, the consensus is that the Nessie seen in Apple Maps is not a creature at all, but a visual glitch created during the stitching of satellite images. Did you like this video? Don't just stop at the like button. If you're watching on your phone, hit that hype too. It helps the channel out, and I'm excited to continue bringing you more awesome content. And now, let's see a creature isn't in the water at all, but standing right on the side of a lonely rural road. In 2019, a claim circulated online that Reddit user Necron07 had discovered a strange winged figure in a Google Earth photosphere taken in the McClintock Wildlife Management Area in Mason County, West Virginia, an area famously tied to the original Mothman legend of the 1960s. A screenshot shared on social media blogs appeared to show a human-sized silhouette with outstretched wings and glowing red eyes standing near a rural road, leading some cryptid enthusiasts to suggest it might be photographic evidence of the legendary creature. Researchers and skeptics have pointed out that the figure's texture and resolution differ from the surrounding environment, suggesting either Photoshop manipulation or a low-quality inserted object, while others proposed a Halloween decoration staged as a prank. Because the claim relies solely on reposted screenshots and has no independent documentation, the alleged 2019 Mothman sighting is regarded as unverified and likely fabricated rather than genuine photographic evidence of the creature. In late 2014, a dark trail in Google Earth imagery of OK Bay in New Zealand's Bay of Islands sparked claims that the roughly 40-foot shape might be a massive sea creature, or even a taniwha from Maori tradition. The idea spread online because the mark lacked the bright, frothy wake usually seen behind fast motorboats. Coastal scientists quickly dismissed the theory. New Zealand physical processes scientist Dr. Richard Gorman noted that small boats moving slowly or turning can leave long, smooth ripple patterns that look dark from above. Australian researchers added that the wake matched that of a small catamaran traveling about 7 knots. Analysts also explained that Google's photo stitching likely erased the boat while leaving overlapping wake segments, making the track appear unusually long. Experts conclude the coast creeper was simply a small boat's wake combined with a stitching artifact, not evidence of an unknown creature. But not all giant shapes from above are monsters. Some are so bizarre they make you question whether you're even looking at something real. Next. The giant pink rabbit known as Haas was installed in 2005 by the Viennese art collective Gelatin on Coleto Fava, a 1,600-meter mountain in Italy's Piedmont region, where it immediately became one of Europe's most unusual land art attractions. Measuring roughly 200 feet in length and 20 feet in height, the handcrafted sculpture was made from soft knitted fabric and stuffed with straw, giving it the appearance of a huge plush toy sprawled lifelessly on the mountainside. The artists intended it to look as though it had fallen from the sky, complete with exposed stuffing and cartoonish limbs, inviting hikers to climb on it and interact with it as part of the artwork's playful concept. Its enormous size made it visible in aerial photographs and briefly on Google Earth, which contributed to international attention. Designed to decay naturally over time, the rabbit gradually deteriorated due to snow, rain, and wildlife, losing its color and structure until only fragments remained by the mid-2010s. Though almost entirely gone today, Haas continues to live on through photographs, archived satellite imagery, and its lasting reputation as one of the quirkiest large-scale art installations ever created. In August 2014, YouTuber Wow4Real drew massive attention after posting a video claiming to show a humanoid figure walking on the moon, discovered through Google Moon's built-in satellite imagery viewer. At the coordinates he highlighted, as approximately 27 Tartar 3426.35 RIN N, 19 Tartar 364.75 RIN W. The image appears to show a tall, dark shape with a long shadow, prompting speculation about astronauts, aliens, or secret lunar activity. However, the claim was quickly challenged by both NASA and independent analysts. NASA spokesperson Robert Jacobs explained that the agency cross-checked the location against its archival lunar photographs and determined that the figure was not on the moon's surface at all, but was actually a piece of debris, likely dust, lint, or a small flaw on the camera film originally used to capture the lunar image. This conclusion was reinforced by users on Metabunk, who found the exact same blemish appearing in multiple images at different lunar locations, proving it could not be a real object casting a shadow. The effect, enhanced by pareidolia, made the blemish look eerily human-like once imported into Google Moon's interface. In October 2015, Scottish tourist Harvey Robertson unintentionally photographed a strange gray shape in the water while taking iPhone snapshots during a boat trip near Parga on Greece's northwest coast. Although he did not notice anything unusual at the time, two of his photos showed what appeared to be a head-like form emerging from the sea, prompting viral speculation about an unidentified creature. Online commenters proposed everything from a deformed dolphin to a prehistoric marine animal, but scientists quickly dismissed these ideas. Zoologist and paleontologist Dr. Darren Naish examined the images. They identified a far more convincing match: a low freeboard boat fender, a common cylindrical bumper used to protect vessels while docking. No additional sightings or physical evidence ever emerged, reinforcing the conclusion that the so-called Corfu creature was not an unknown animal, but a misinterpreted piece of boat gear that had drifted into the water. The broken face of Antarctica is the name given to a natural ice and rock formation near coordinates roughly 72 km, 168 km, that, in certain Google Earth satellite images, appears to resemble the features of a giant humanoid face. First noted on Google Earth imagery from around 2012 and later popularized online in 2019 by anomaly hunting communities, the formation shows shadowed areas that some viewers interpret as eyes, a nose ridge, and a mouth. Some viewers propose speculative ideas involving ancient civilizations or alien structures, but no scientific evidence, surveys, or geological studies support these claims, and the feature changes appearance depending on zoom level, angle, and lighting, indicating it is not a constructed object. Overall, the broken face is best understood as a visually striking but entirely natural Antarctic formation whose face-like appearance emerges from the interplay of terrain, shadow, and human perception. Do you think the broken face in Antarctica looks deliberate enough to make you question whether it's more than a natural formation? Let's discuss in the comments section. The Blood Lake of Iraq popularized around 2007-2012, showing a small reservoir near Sadr City, Baghdad, filled with striking red-colored water that led internet users to nickname it a lake of blood. The vivid red hue sparked widespread speculation, but no scientific, governmental, or journalistic source has confirmed a definitive cause. Theories range from slaughterhouse waste and industrial dumping to red algae or bacterial blooms, but none of these explanations are backed by water quality data, environmental studies, or credible reporting. The red appearance may instead be attributable to temporary pollution, sediment concentration, seasonal water changes, or even satellite image processing effects, as the coloration does not consistently appear in later imagery. The lack of peer-reviewed studies or authoritative commentary suggests that the Blood Lake is best understood as a one-time or short-lived anomaly captured in a single satellite pass, an internet curiosity rather than a documented environmental event. China's Panda-Shaped solar farm, officially known as the Panda Power Plant, is a large-scale photovoltaic facility located in Datong, Shanxi Province, designed so that its solar panels form the outline of a giant panda when viewed from above. The first phase of the project, completed in June 2017, covers roughly 248 to 250 acres and provides around 50 megawatts of power, with a planned total capacity of 100 megawatts. A 2017 analysis by Google Earth blog confirmed that imagery dated May 18, 2017, already showed the panda outline, and that the site actually contains two panda figures. Over its projected 25-year lifespan, the solar farm is expected to generate approximately 3.2 billion kilowatt-hours of clean electricity, reducing coal consumption by over 1 million tons, and cutting carbon dioxide emissions by an estimated 2.7 million tons, according to data cited on Wikipedia and Clean Technica. Intended both as a functioning renewable energy installation and a symbolic educational project tied to China's environmental goals, the panda-shaped design represents a unique fusion of cultural iconography and sustainable infrastructure. The Kraken sighting off Antarctica refers to a viral 2016 claim that a satellite image near Deception Island in the South Shetland Islands showed what appeared to be an enormous sea creature, with some viewers estimating a central body around 100 foot long and suggesting total lengths exceeding 100 meters, leading to comparisons with the mythological Kraken. However, experts and skeptics quickly pointed out that the coordinates correspond to Sail Rock, a known 30-meter-tall sea stack southwest of Deception Island. According to Unexplained Mysteries, the outline and shadows of the rock in satellite imagery create the illusion of a creature with tentacles, especially at low resolution and under particular lighting conditions. While the story captured public imagination, cited sources overwhelmingly indicate that the Kraken is simply sail rock, not a living sea monster. The Airplane Boneyard at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base in Tucson, Arizona, officially known as the 309th Aerospace Maintenance and Regeneration Group, is the largest aircraft storage and preservation facility in the world, holding more than 3,000 retired or reserve military aircraft across 2,600 acres of desert. Established after World War II, the site was chosen for its exceptionally dry climate, low humidity, and hard alkaline soil, which prevents corrosion and allows heavy aircraft to be parked without concrete pads. AMRG serves multiple roles. Some aircraft are maintained in near-flight-ready condition for rapid recall, others are stripped for parts to support active fleets, and many remain in long-term storage awaiting potential use, sale to allied nations, or eventual scrapping. The facility houses a vast range of aircraft, from Cold War-era B-52 bombers and Vietnam-era F-4 Phantoms to modern fighters, cargo planes and drones, creating a landscape that functions as both a technological archive and a logistical resource for the U.S. military. While the base itself is not open to the public, limited-access bus tours were historically offered through the nearby Pima Air and Space Museum. High-resolution satellite imagery on Google Maps allows anyone to view the sprawling rows of aircraft that make the Boneyard one of the most striking aviation sites on Earth. 2014, online users claimed that Google Maps revealed the wreck of a small aircraft lying just offshore of Crooked Island in the southern Bahamas, prompting speculation about an abandoned crash site in the island's shallow turquoise waters. The image appeared to show the outline of a submerged plane resting in roughly 10 to 15 feet of water, and early commentary suggested it could be a forgotten emergency landing, a decades-old accident, or even a smuggling aircraft from the 1970s. However, unlike the many well-documented wreck dives elsewhere in the Bahamas, no official crash reports, maritime logs, or verified dive accounts confirm the existence of a plane wreck near Crooked Island. The site does not appear in Bahamian wreck diving registries, aviation accident databases, or tourism guides, suggesting the plane may be an artifact of satellite imaging, such as a boat photographed during motion, a shadowed coral formation, or a composite image glitch. While the Bahamas do have several authentic shallow-water plane wrecks that have become artificial reefs and marine life habitats, the Crooked Island example remains unverified and is best understood as a case of digital misinterpretation rather than a confirmed underwater aircraft. The giant human lips of Sudan refers to a striking natural landform in the remote western Darfur region that, when seen from above, bears a vivid resemblance to a pair of human lips. First widely noticed in satellite imagery around 2012, the feature has since fascinated both casual observers and geologists because of its unusual symmetry and bold lip-like outline. Measuring roughly 800 to 900 meters long, the formation is created by a combination of resistant rock layers and surrounding softer sediments that have eroded at different rates. According to geomorphologists, the lip shape likely formed along a narrow igneous dike or band of hard rock that weathered far more slowly than the surrounding terrain, leaving a raised ridge with a natural crease and curved edges. The arid climate of Darfur, with minimal vegetation, intense heat, and limited rainfall, helps keep the shape highly visible by preventing soil and plants from obscuring the contours. Although the resemblance is uncanny, the landform is entirely natural, and its interpretation as lips is an example of pareidolia, the human tendency to see familiar shapes in random patterns. The Ghost Fleet of Mallows Bay in Maryland is a remarkable maritime graveyard containing the largest assemblage of shipwrecks in the Western Hemisphere, with more than 200 recorded wrecks in the bay, and approximately 118 identifiable wooden steamships dating from World War I. Located along the Potomac River, this fleet originated from the U.S. Emergency Fleet Corporation's ambitious 1917 to 1919 program to rapidly build wooden cargo steamships to counter German U-boats. Because the war ended before most vessels were put into service, and because the wooden ships were poorly suited to commercial use, the federal government sold hundreds of them in 1922 to the Western Marine and Salvage Company, which attempted to scrap them for metal. According to the U.S. Maritime Administration and NOAA, the salvage effort proved too costly, leading to many ships being burned, partially broken up, or deliberately scuttled in Mallows Bay, where their hulls settled into the shallow water. Over the decades, the wrecks blended with the natural environment, forming a complex wetland ecosystem that now shelters fish, turtles, ospreys, bald eagles, and diverse plant life. The site's historical and ecological importance prompted its designation in 2019 as the Mallows Bay Potomac River National Marine Sanctuary, preserving one of the most unusual landscapes visible on Google Maps, an expanse where rusted frames and wooden skeletons appear like ghostly outlines beneath the water's surface, testifying to a forgotten chapter of wartime industrial overproduction. The giant pentagram visible on Google Earth in northern Kazakhstan is a real land formation, a massive 366-meter-wide five-pointed star located near the town of Lysakovsk, close to the Upper Tobol Reservoir. When it first drew public attention online, its clear shape and isolated location sparked speculation about occult ceremonies and secret societies. But archaeological research has provided a far more mundane explanation. According to Kazakh archaeologist Emma Usmanova, the star-shaped pattern dates back to the Soviet era, when planners commonly incorporated star motifs, one of the USSR's central symbols, into parks, youth camps, and recreational grounds. The site appears to have been designed as a star-shaped campground or park, with its arms formed by tree-lined paths or old roads that have since become overgrown and partially reclaimed by the landscape. Today, the site stands as a curious blend of Cold War-era design and natural decay, made famous not by occult activity, but by the rise of high-resolution aerial mapping. Tanis, located at modern San El Hagar in Egypt's northeastern Nile Delta, rose to prominence during the Third Intermediate Period, becoming the royal residence and political center for the 21st and 22nd dynasty pharaohs. Its grand temple precinct, dedicated to the Tham triad of Amun, Mut, and Khonsu, was built largely from massive granite blocks and statues transported from the earlier Ramesside capital of Ramesses, a vast undertaking that left the city filled with reused monuments and obelisks. Over time, Tanis declined as shifting Nile branches, rising groundwater, and chronic flooding weakened its foundations and caused buildings to collapse, leaving the once mighty city buried beneath layers of silt and debris. Because these waterlogged conditions make large-scale excavation extremely difficult, archaeologists increasingly rely on remote sensing technologies, including high-resolution satellite imagery and infrared analysis, to identify buried walls, temple outlines, and settlement boundaries not visible from the ground. These techniques, used notably by archaeologist Dr. Sarah Parkak, have helped reveal the full scale of Tanis and provided new insights into its urban layout. Although Google Maps offers a general aerial view of the site today, the real archaeological breakthroughs come from specialized satellite data that allow researchers to reconstruct the lost city beneath the soil of the delta. The next time you open Google Earth or any satellite mapping application, take a moment to explore somewhere new. Look beyond the familiar landmarks and tourist destinations. Zoom in on remote islands, scan the edges of deserts, follow coastlines to their most isolated points. You never know what you might discover. Have you ever made a bizarre Google Earth find? Let me know in the comments below what strange discoveries you've encountered in your own virtual explorations. Share your coordinates, your theories, and your questions. The community of Google Earth explorers is always eager to investigate new mysteries and share in the excitement of discovery. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to ring the bell, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. And if you like to explore hidden images, check out my video about the incredible photos that have been smuggled out of Russia, where a hidden corner of Russia is exposed to the world. Click on the tab that appears on your screen now. Enjoy the video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.